Okay, so I want to first start with saying today is going to literally be jam-packed full. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, even with babies in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be jam-packed because we have those bookings now on our calendar. And even if you're not to five to six bookings, I'm going to challenge you to continue booking, like I said last meeting. And I saw Heather's comment, which I absolutely loved, that she just kept going because her month was not full. So that's what I'm going to encourage any and all of you guys to do, is to continue booking always. Okay, never get to a point that your calendar is full and you stop. Just continue to the next month and still be sending those booking messages out. You're still going to be getting bookings from your parties, of course. So those are going to be bookings from your parties that you have. However, we always still want to be reaching out to people consistently, okay? So I'm basically going to go over today literally everything that I do in my parties, from start to finish, from when I book the party. I'm also going to be talking about what are good things to have in each party, and I'm also going to be talking about how to have a successful party. So how do you set up your party to be successful, okay? So where I will start is that I do parties, virtual parties, in groups. And I do them in groups for one reason and one reason only, is because I can schedule my posts for my parties, okay? I will be very transparent with you that I personally do not like groups. We all get added to so many different groups every single day, and it drives me absolutely crazy. So that's one reason I personally don't really like groups. However, the only reason that I do groups is so that I can pre-schedule my posts, because I typically run 7 to 10 parties a week, so I don't want to be in there manually posting every single, 2 hours or whatever. So that's why I do groups. I run my groups through my business page. So this is something that if you do groups, I recommend you doing. Even if you do not have a business page, start one and just start posting in it once a week or however often you want. Start creating that value and providing value through your business page. The reason that I do my groups through my business page is simply because Facebook gives business pages more visibility. Okay, so when I'm posting in my parties as Pampered Chef with Kelly Mello, which is my business page name, the Facebook is giving my posts and my parties more visibility through their Facebook notifications, instead of me posting just as Kelly Mello, my personal page, in a group, okay? So using a business page, Facebook gives you more visibility because you're a business. They know that you are trying to get business from your business page, okay? So that's why they do that, and that's also why I create my groups through my business page, okay? And I can show you what these look like. I'm gonna be sharing my screen in a little bit. And then the next thing with every single party is you want to, whether it's a group or an event. So let me go back to that really quick. It really doesn't matter. I've had very successful parties in events. I've had very successful parties in groups. It doesn't matter which one. It's totally your preference. If you're one that's totally fine with manually posting into your parties, use events. That's fine. It really doesn't matter. So many people can be successful on both platforms, okay? And before I move any further into, if you guys have questions, I want you to write them down, and at the end, we'll do some questions, okay? So any questions that come to your mind, just write them down so you don't forget them, okay? Okay, so now let's go into the party. So every single party, you are looking, whether it's a group or an event, doesn't really matter, you are looking to get 30 people to join the party, okay? 30 people is usually the magic number of about 15 people will participate, and then about half of those will order, okay? So really, it is a numbers game. It truly is a numbers game, and that is your biggest job, and the host's biggest job in the very beginning is to invite, because if we don't have people at our parties, there's not really anybody to participate, there's not anybody to order, okay? So number one thing is inviting. I always send a save the date to my hosts, okay? And I send it about a week prior to the party. And this just basically is something for them to post on their Facebook page, sharing the excitement of, oh my gosh, I'm having a Pampered Chef party next week. Who would like to join me? So this is kind of an introduction of the inviting process. And it's happening a little bit before, so that right when I add her or him, right when I add them to their group, they already have however many people commented on that post to go invite to their group, okay? So my instructions that I give to my hosts is to invite 100 to 150 people to the group. Then your second step is to personally message 30 to 60 of those 100 and 150 people that you invited. And I give them the words to say, and I'll send all these words to you. They're in the virtual party guide. But so I give them the words to say, and in those words that they're messaging out individually has the party group link, okay? So remember how irritating I was talking about groups are earlier? So I find it easier for people if you give them the link to the group directly in that messaging. They can just click right there, join the group, and they can also go back to that message to find the group, okay? So it's easier for getting people to the party to find the group. You're not going to get those people who are like, I don't know where the party group is. So those are kind of like the introductory things. I typically start having my host invite. It's different every single week. It just honestly is based off of my life and how busy I am. But usually I create everything usually Friday. I'll maybe have them start inviting Saturday. And then usually I'm watching that number of members all the way Saturday, Sunday, Monday, definitely before Tuesday when my party actually starts, okay? So I'm really consistently telling them that we are looking for 30 people to click join by Tuesday, okay? So I'm going to pause really quick and I'm going to share my screen. And this is kind of where I'm going to go into what I actually do every single day in my parties. And I wanted to show you guys, it being brand new, I have a virtual party template basically for everybody, or a guide, I guess you could call it. And I wanted to show you guys where to find this. So this is our team page, Inspire Tribe team page. And if you go over here to the files, you click on files, and then you scroll down and it is right here, Mellow Virtual Party Guide, and it's the updated version. So it's updated as of January 26th. So this is literally, you guys, word for word, every single thing I'm going to be talking about today and everything that I do in my party. So I have found that within my personal members that have joined my team within the last 3 months, I find that honestly, they're doing really well in their businesses because they're following this and they're going step by step on exactly what I'm doing here. So here's that save the date that I talked about. You guys, you don't have to make it personalized like I do. I love pictures. I love playing around in Canva, or PicMonkey is the other one that I use. So that's personally why I do it. But you can simply just create a save the date. You can just Google save the date and use that one. It really doesn't matter. If you're one that likes to create images, create your own, okay? And I will be willing to share some general ones with you guys as well if you'd like in our group page. So here's the words that I have them post on their page. And this is exactly what I send them. Hey, I cannot wait for your party next week. Here's your save the date, blah, blah, blah. So here's what they post. So that is the week before that they're posting. Then this is where I'm setting up my party. I give you instructions and a how-to video, exactly how I set up my parties. I'm not going to really go into this very much. This is exactly word for word what I do in my description of my party. The red things are what you need to change. So that's obviously the ordering link, the date that orders are due by, and then this information at the bottom should be your information. And then here's this inviting process. So I'm telling them right here, invite 100, 150 people. Then for best results, message 30 to 60 of the people. So typically, you guys, I don't get a lot of pushback because I'm very confident in my words of like, this is just what all my hosts do, and this is what works, okay? So I'll be honest, one of my hosts this week was like, ooh, you really want me to message that many people? And what I did was instead of messaging her back, I did a voice message in Messenger, okay? So she could hear my tone of voice and hear my voice from me. And I said, hey, I just want to explain to you why I have people message 30 to 60 people instead of just inviting. So I told her that basically that you can do the adding of the 100 to 150 people. And if you're not comfortable messaging that many people, that's totally fine. But for best results, really sending out those messages makes people feel excited. It makes them feel special, that you want them at your party, okay? So this is what I was telling her. And I explained why I do the message, because 1, some people just don't see the invite. 2, we want people to feel like, oh my gosh, that host really wants them there, and really making it personal and a personal invitation, okay? So then I went and told her, and I said, but if you are not comfortable with sending those messages, that's totally fine. I would just recommend adding more people then. Because again, you can tell them it's a numbers game. And then this is the message that I have them send out to the host, to the guests. And this is the group link that I was talking about, okay? So that is kind of like the setting everything up for the party, okay? So now let's go into daily things that I do in my parties. And this is what I do every single morning when I wake up. I go into my group message and I send these daily host tips to my host, okay? So this week I have and I can even show you guys, I have a group, every week I have a group messenger of, oh goodness, of course. I have a group messenger of all my hosts. So right here, if you can see this, April 23rd through the 25th. And then I just title it hosts with the mosts. So all my 10 hosts are in this group that I have right here. And then, let me go back. So I'm sending them a post each day. And basically my first one is just letting you know, hey, you're all hosting parties with me. And I try to do this as quick as possible, because some people will remove themselves if you wait to send this. So they're like, oh, why is Kelly adding me to this group message? Because a lot of people don't like being added to group messages. So that's why I create the group, I title it, and then I send this first message right away so they know what the group message is about. And I just basically say, this is where I'll be sending you daily host tips to get your party, to rock your party. I'd make it very simple. Each day will be copy and paste your image and your pictures, okay? Image and words. So this is exactly what I send Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, okay? So these are the words, and this is available to you guys on our team page. So you can literally use this, copy and paste if you want. So Wednesday morning, this is what I'm sending. I'm sending this picture. Hey, I usually start with, hey ladies, or good morning, or whatever. And then I'll say, here's your host tip for today, or here's your copy and paste post into your parties. Then I'll literally copy and paste this verbiage, and then I'll send it with that picture. And then here's the second message, tip 2, for today you're gonna message. So this is exactly what I'm sending my hosts each day of the week, okay? And then, so I know lots of you have heard me talk about this, but this last, it's funny, Brittany's on here, and she's on our team now. This is the very last host tip of the week, and this is basically where all the orders start coming in. So most virtual parties, you guys, you will get some orders in the very beginning of the party. You will get some orders in the middle, but really people wait till the very, very end because they don't want to miss out on anything. So what I do on the very last host tip is basically I write down, and I really try to make it easy for the host. I take the guesswork out, and I write down on a piece of notebook paper everybody who's joined their party and everybody who has ordered, okay? And I say your host tip today, or your job today, is to simply send a message that I'm going to give you the words to say to all these people on the right-hand side of this paper that have not ordered yet. And see, I'm crossing out the ones that have ordered. And so then usually when they send those messages, I also have them write in the group message, my host tips group message that I showed you guys. I have them write in there, messages sent when they're done sending the messages. And I feel like that kind of holds them accountable a little bit. Like, hey, if Sally just sent all of her messages, I better get on it and do mine too. So I feel like that kind of helps a little bit. Just that's something new that I have just added in, like, hey, just comment in here when you're done sending your messages. So that's their last host tip. And then I always extend my party one day. So going into Saturday, I always extend my party. And what I do this for is simply to help have the host create her wish list. And also there's always people that forget to order. So this is where I have her post this picture and some words. Hey, we've reopened the party. for me to finalize my wish list. You have until midnight tomorrow to place your order, okay? And then I send her an updated list of those people who have ordered, and those people obviously who joined just the same. So then I tell them individually, I say, your job now is to go through this message or this list and message all these people on the right-hand side that have not ordered and let them know how excited you are that your ordering link has reopened. And then we'll usually get more orders that way as well. So that is like a magic tip for me, because it's one thing, it's the host reaching out individually to the guests, which really helps orders come in. And then also it just, I don't know, it just reminds people too. Everybody needs a third reminder or a second reminder. Okay, so then that's the last host tip. So those are host tips that I'm sending every single day, okay? So the next thing I want to go into is, and again, you can find this virtual party guide is what it's called on our team page. And I'm going to suggest right now, you guys, what I do is not perfect. What I do is not the only right way. But if you're struggling with virtual parties right now, or you're maybe not sure where to even start, I'm going to recommend duplicating what this says, because you will get the way that you like it, but it is a good start to just kind of duplicate, and then you'll be able to eventually tweak it to your way that you like. Okay. So let's move on to, what do you actually post in your parties now? Okay, so I create a template every single month, and it is in a Facebook event that I house it in. Okay, so this is where, this is the April virtual party template. And this is typically at the end of each month, I'll just post on the Inspire Tribe, hey, April template's done, May template's done, who would like to be added? This last month, I actually just added everybody because everybody usually wants it. So either way, you'll get an invite, or you'll just tell me that you want it. So you guys can duplicate this exactly as it is. I'm going to go through it a little bit for you and see and tell you really some key things that, even if you don't want to use this template, you don't have to, but I'm going to tell you some key things that truly have made my parties successful since literally almost 3 years ago. So of course, if you're duplicating it, right away, hey guys, I'm going to ask you guys to mute just so that the recording comes out. I just hear lots of like fuzzy. Bottom left corner is muting. Okay. Okay, so of course, if you're duplicating it, you're going to want to change things. Like, you're not going to want my face in your party. I know that sounds silly, but you know, it's good to tell you. So that is just showing people the interactive catalog. I really like to start my parties. My parties start Tuesday. So, you know, once the inviting starts happening, I usually start posting. I do about 1 post on Sunday, and then maybe like 3 posts Monday, and then the actual party starts Tuesday. And what I like to do in the pre-party, if you want to call it, so Sunday and Monday, it's really just, it's all about, let's get to know each other. Let's have some, like, this post has nothing to do with Pampered Chefs. Share something funny. We all need a good laugh. I try to be a very positive person, and I like to instill that in people. And I just feel like where our world is today, we just need some laughter and positivity. So I always like to, and I really think that it helps you get to know people better too. So that's kind of where I start my parties, with the extension of the parties. I mean, pre-parties. So then these are just kind of my pre-party posts. Welcome to the party. Here's who I am. Share a little about you is at the bottom. So this is where I really get, you know, people to start sharing about who they are and what they do. This is something new that I've just recently tried. This is something that you cannot schedule, so I have to go into my parties and actually post this. But I have found that it really helps you identify who's in your parties before the party even starts. So if you have people that love Pampered Chef, or if you have people that have never even heard of Pampered Chef before. So that's kind of fun. Always starting with a roll call. So I always try to, you know, what do you love most about the host? I've done before, like, tell me how you met the host, but make it a lie. Like, try to just kind of spruce any kind of laughter and funniness in the party as well, but also getting people to interact. One thing that I will tell you about my parties versus anybody else's really is that all of my virtual parties, and you'll see this in all the templates, almost everything is an interactive post. What that means is that everything is either a game, or I'm always asking a question at the end of the post so that somebody has something to respond to. So I never, ever post, oh my gosh, look at this food chopper. You can use it for apples and onions and da-da-da, and then end the post like that. I would make that food chopper post into an interactive post. So like, what would you use this food chopper for? Or who has this food chopper? Share a picture of your food chopper in your kitchen. You know, something that they can respond to and interact with. And then of course, games. Like I said, you're gonna always want games because people love games. The guess how many games, the first game of the day every single day is very, 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 very popular. So even this post right here, you guys, I really don't share a lot of the stock photos. I do with a guest special just because it's simple. It's the gift that they get after spending $75. So I tell them, get a bonus raffle ticket to share which one you would choose in your kitchen. Okay, so that's a perfect example of an interactive post versus I could have just done this portion of the post. But this portion gets them thinking, ooh, which one am I gonna want on my order or in my kitchen when I place my order? Okay, so then the next thing that I always like to do is on top of games. So another aspect of this business has truly changed my life and my family's life. So I always like to add, I've been doing Pampered Perk games in the last few months, 2 months. I've done guess the paycheck game. So how much is my paycheck, do you think? Just simple things like that so they can see that not only do I sell products, but I actually make real money doing this job, and that they could maybe see themselves doing this too. Because you guys, you never know who is on the other side of that computer. It may be a mom that has to go to work that dreads dropping her kids off at daycare. It may be somebody that literally could not even pay their mortgage the last month because they were so broke, or maybe they charge absolutely everything on a credit card. You never know people's situations. And it could also be a doctor who gets paid incredible amount of money that just simply wants to either get more free products or that wants girlfriends or whatever the situation is. I don't even care if you've been in the business for a month. I think that it's still super powerful to share anything and everything about the business. So this one is even if you haven't earned a trip, which I can't wait to share about Hawaii. It was so amazing. But even if you haven't earned a trip, just, people can join today or this week or the next month, whenever, and they can still earn Disney. And I want to let you guys know that you guys can still earn Disney. So sharing with your guests in your parties about what's possible, that you can earn a trip this year. Even if you have not earned one, just tweak the words a little bit, okay? So right here, I talk about my certain situation, just tweak the words that, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I am earning a trip this year, something like that. Okay, let me keep going. All right, so this giveaway post is huge. If you do not do a giveaway post, a Google form. So this is the picture you guys can post. I always recommend creating your own Google form, which there's videos in the comments on how to do that. Here's an example of mine that you can literally duplicate the questions on here, okay? I can click on it just simply to show you. This is a great mid-party giveaway that you're gonna do. So you've already had people participating the first day, kind of mid-party. This is where, okay, it's mid-party or we're halfway through the work week or whatever it is, let's do a giveaway. Fill out this drawing slip and you'll get entered into this giveaway. This is how you get people to tell you, I want to earn extra money, I want to book a party, I want to earn free products, or simply I have a question about a product. So they just basically put in their information, and then right here, I am interested in. So this is huge. This is a big way how I have followed up with people. This is a big way how I've gotten any kind of leads from my parties. It also gives you a sense of who's placing an order, who wants to place an order or not, okay? So whether you follow this template, our Inspire Tribe template, this is something or not, doesn't matter. This is something that every one of you need to have in your parties is this giveaway. And there's examples, instructions in the comments on how to do that. Let me scroll through. Again, sharing this was my 1099 for the year. Okay, this is another post that every single one of you need to be doing is ask me anything. So whether you want to recruit people or not, it doesn't matter. Ask me anything this is their chance to literally ask you anything you want. How much do you make? What's the food shopper price? Whatever question it is about the business, about hosting a party, about are you really on Facebook all day long posting? Like, they're really trying to get a sense of what you do with your job and what Pampered Chef is like. So however you do this, you don't have to put yourself in it like I do. It's totally fine. You can simply just Google ask me anything or ask me a question or questions. It doesn't really matter. But this is a great post that I use in every single party that gets people intrigued, okay? So they really are curious, and this is the time to ask. So that's one thing that I always do. Of course, you always want to remind them last day to order. And then, okay, so this is an example of a booking post that I do in my parties that is not a stock photo. So does everybody know what I mean when I say a stock photo? Like, the stock photos, like the ones that you can get off Marketing Imagery right from the website. So stock photos, Pampered Chef stock photos are beautiful. There's literally nothing wrong with them. I just have found that my personal eye passes through stock photos on Facebook. If I'm scrolling and I see a stock photo, or if I'm on this party and I see a stock photo, I'm like, oh, they're trying to sell me something. However, if it's this picture right here, guess what our hostess gets at the discount this month, okay? Does that look like salesy at all? Not at all. It's creative. I created it myself. It's just something that is not like salesy. So however you like to do this, you always want to be showing off the next month host special, or if it's in the beginning of April and you're still trying to fill up your April calendar, you can share the April host special. It doesn't really matter. But always do it in a way that is not host a party with me, book a party with me. I just find that that's basically like standing on your roof and shouting out to your neighbors, hey, book a party with me. None of us would do that, so let's not do that on Facebook, okay? So basically just doing it in a unique way. Okay, and then this is another thing that I recently started doing, and I started creating for you guys as well, which I'll show you how to find it, is the e-cookbook. So we always want to find a way in our business, especially with recipes and cooking and kitchen inspiration. We always want to try to find a way that we can provide value to people. So not only with our products that they're purchasing from us, but also everybody loves new recipes. So any type of recipe that I'm adding in my virtual party, I'm putting in this e-cookbook. So I've added this post at the very end of my party. Hey, if you're wanting all the recipes that you saw in this party, comment me below and I'll send you the e-cookbook. Not only is this providing value, but it's also providing just a second way to connect with people through Messenger. Okay, so the best thing that you can do is obviously create a relationship with those people in your party on the party, but the next best thing is to move it to a messenger, because people are going to open up to you more. They're going to ask you more questions one-on-one versus with the whole party. So that is something new, and I can show you if I go back to the Inspire Tribe in the files. So all of these are the e-cookbook that you can basically, you just download it to, that looks really blurry when it's big, but you can download it to your computer, and it's basically the picture and the link and the name. So it's honestly not that fancy, guys. It's just, just the links to the recipes, okay? Can't see now. Let's see, where was I? And then, whoops. Okay, then time's up, and that's the party. So that is, I wanted to show you guys that because the templates are always going to be available to you every single month. So you don't have to recreate the wheel. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. And also, if you are recreating the wheel, I highly recommend doing those few posts that I said, okay? That I said that I do in every party. Oh, I totally just, oops, okay. Let's go back to this. So let's go back to the virtual party guide really quick. And I'm going to just go over a few more things, and then I will be done and we can do questions. Okay, so this is at the end of the host tips that I was showing you guys before. These are the things that I just went over. So if you're kind of forgot or maybe didn't write down, that's totally fine. You can, of course, watch the recording of this too. But these are the key things that I really think are huge in virtual parties is the giveaway that I talked about, the Ask Me Anything post that I talked about. And then I even tell you, like, for those people that ask questions, so you're going to answer the question on the post. However, you're going to follow it up with a personal message that says right here, hey, everyone, check your personal messages for a fun message from me. Let's chat. So that is also just another way to get them to personally message you. And that message that you could say when you're messaging them is, hey, Sally, I just want to make sure I answered your question fully. Did I answer your question fully or something like that? Or you can ask them, oh my gosh, you are seriously a party rock star. Like, have you ever considered doing this? You were like doing my job for me type of thing. So it doesn't matter what the situation is. I mean, there's lots of different situations. That's when you can reach out to me or your director and kind of say, hey, I have this girl at my party and I really want to reach out to her. What do you think I should say? And that's what we're here for. Okay. So this I won't go into huge because I did last week with bookings, but always, and like I said in the beginning of this meeting, always just constantly be reaching out to people for bookings, okay? So on top of your parties that you're gonna get bookings from, which I'll share in a minute, you always wanna be reaching out to people. Never stop reaching out to people. Whether it's 2 people a day, 5 people a day, it doesn't really matter. Always try to continue that reach out, because if you stop, or if you don't stop, if you continue to reach out, you're never gonna run out of customers, you're never gonna run out of hosts. So one thing that I personally do that has tremendously changed my business in the future is I go ahead and I add every single person on my parties that have joined the party as a friend, okay? So I add them all on usually the second to last day of the party or the last day of the party. And not everybody accepts me, but let's say I get 3 or 5 on each party, and I'm doing that with 10 parties every single week or 5 parties every single week. That's growing your Facebook friends list that much more every single week and every single month. So what I do is I basically add them, and then that's also another way that I send a booking message to every single person that joins the party. So here is what I say. Hey, Christine, thank you so much for attending Emily's online Pamper Chef party. I hope you're having fun. I'm just curious if you're interested in hosting your own online party with family and friends. They'll get a chance, blah, 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 blah. I have this date and this date open. Which one of these would work for you? Okay. So, and again, this is on the virtual party guide, so you guys can literally copy and paste that. What that is doing right there is you're thanking them for joining. You're hoping that they had fun, and then you're asking them if they're interested, and you're giving them a little sneak peek of what they're going to get and what their friends are going to get. And then you're also taking control of your schedule and your calendar and saying, here's my dates available. Just like when you go to the dentist, you guys, or when you call the dentist or the doctor, they're like, hey, I have January 5th available. Does that work for you? You know, so taking control of your calendar like that. So that's all in that one little message. And look how short that is. It's not a whole paragraph. It's a short little thing. Okay, and then the last thing, and I'll quickly go over this. I do this sometimes, and I also don't do this sometimes. It really just kind of depends on who my host is and whatnot. But I also have friends in this business that this is all they do for bookings, and their host really gives them the bookings. So this is called a host booking challenge. Basically, you have to have this be successful, you have to have a relationship with your host, okay? So if you don't have a relationship with them, before you do this, they probably will not do this for you. So basically you're just challenging them. Hey, I have a challenge for you. I hope that you will accept. You're challenging them to go and get bookings for you. What you're telling them is to send 5 messages or choose 5 friends, and they are going to create 5 group messages. So in those group messages, you are doing, it's going to be the host, you, and the friend, the host, you, and the friend, the host, you, and the friend for 5 times. Okay, so 5 different friends. And then what, I'll take him. We have somebody joining us. And then what what they're going to do is you're going to give them the words to say in those, you're going to give them the words to say in that group message. Okay. So this is the words. If they say, yes, I accept the challenge, you're going to send them these words right here that they're going to send out to the friends. Then once you see the friend sees your message. So in the bottom right corner, the little picture of the friend will show up if she's seen it. That's when you can go in and say this paragraph right here. And basically, hey, Kimberly told me you'd be a great host. It's super easy. This is what I do. I have this date and this date available. What do you think? So this is just basically a way to get your host to help you get bookings. And again, this will not work if you do not have a relationship with them. If all you've been doing is like an interaction with your host, then this probably will not work. They want to have something, they want to feel connected with you to do this. Okay, I told you this is going to be a lot of information. And then the next thing, the last thing that I want to talk about is recruiting. Okay, so recruiting is one of my favorite things in this business. I love selling products. I love booking parties, of course, but I love also changing people's lives. So this is recruiting in a very short and sweet manner. And I'm going to tell you right now, recruiting is a very learned thing. Okay, so 2.5 years ago, I did not start my business learning how to I did not know how to recruit. I sent screenshots to my director, like every conversation. Oh my gosh, what do I say to this? Oh my gosh, what do I say to this? So I'm going to encourage you, if you have people that you are talking to or curious about or want to ask about the business, reach out to me or your director and we can help you with that. We've done it many, many times and we've kind of learned how to do it. So this picture right here, basically, number one, you guys, is your host is your number one recruit lead. For many reasons, they already like the products because they're having a party. They already kind of have a connection with you because they are having a party with you. And then there's a few incentives for them in their parties to sign up with their party. So this is basically 5 steps on how to ask your host about the business. So you always want to ask your host before you start the party. And I really try to do this on Mondays. So my party starts Tuesdays. I ask them Mondays. After we've already had people invited, after we already have set everything up and the party is ready to go, I ask them, hey, I just want to let you know, one of the best benefits of hosting a party is that we can actually turn this into your launch party, meaning that you would get the rewards and the cash from it. Are you in the market for extra income? Almost always, please, please, please expect a no on this response. Always, almost always, not all the time, but almost always. Brittany got lucky one time. So sometimes you'll get those people that say yes right away. Sometimes, almost always, it's I expect a no, okay? And then if I get a no, I'm like, oh, no problem, not at all. It's totally fine. I'm so excited for your party. Okay, then the next time is, when you see that their friends are commenting or whatever it is in the business, or in the party, oh my gosh, Sally, your friends are loving this. They love PC. Are you sure you're not interested in earning extra income? Or you sure you don't want to give this business a try? So just always encouraging her and telling her that her friends are excited, and basically just proving to her that she would have a really good start in the business. The next time that you're going to want to bring it up is that when their party hits $300 or $400. So when the party hits $300, they get a $25 kit coupon. When the party hits $400, they get a $50 kit coupon. So they can use those coupons off of any of the starter kits, okay? So I always, even if they've told me, nope, no way, no, heck no, I still always bring it up if it's when the party gets to $300 or $400. Because if my host had $100 in free product, I would always tell my host about that. So why would I not tell them about the coupon for the kits? I know they cannot buy the starter kit if they don't want to give the business a try. If they ask, I say, I simply ask you to give the business a try for 30 days. After those 30 days, if you're like, nope, this is not for me, you can totally walk away with a paycheck, your whole entire kit, and free products, basically. And the 5th reason is basically when you close out the party. Hey, I just wanted to check, are you sure you don't want to do this? Okay. So that's with your host. So here's just a general, and again, I can do a whole 2-hour training or 5-hour training on recruiting. So I'm really breezing over this, but this is basically 4 questions that I base every recruiting conversation off of, okay? So anybody, whether it's a host, guest, my mom, my sister, whoever, these questions are gonna be my basis of my conversation, okay? So my first reach out to somebody, or if somebody approaches me with a question in that Q&A post, oh my gosh, have you ever considered earning extra income from home before? Okay. And then, you know, they usually say yes or no or blah, blah, blah. And then when I always find a kind of like a dull moment in our conversation, like, okay, what do I say next type of feeling? Then I'll ask, so tell me, what intrigues you about earning extra income from something like Pampered Chef? So what intrigues you or excites you? And then I'll say, okay, great. What questions do you have about giving this a try? Okay, that's when they're going to be asking questions. You're going to be talking about objections. I'm too busy. I don't have enough money, blah, 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 blah. We'll go through those. And this is where I highly, highly encourage you to send screenshots. Heather is very, very good at this. She sends me screenshots all day long, you guys, and I don't care. I want to help her. She's doing an amazing job. So I highly encourage you to send screenshots, because she, and just like you guys, are learning how to have this conversation with people. And then the very last thing is, after you kind of find, you know, you've answered all their questions, or you don't have any more questions, I usually say, do you have any other questions for me? Are you ready to order your kit today? So those are kind of your 4 sweet questions. And this is all in the virtual party guide. Okay. And I'm not even going to go into customer care. We've been talking way too long. So, so that is basically a very quick overview of what I do in my virtual parties. What questions do you guys have? Or comments?
Kelly,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
I was, you know, the form that you said, I have people asking for the email and the monthly, let's see,
The monthly email?
the monthly specials or whatever through email, or, yeah, how do you send that?
So if somebody's asking me like what the host special is?
No. I know how to do that. I mean, it's on that, it says, hook me up with monthly Pampered Chef, something on the form.
Yes. Okay. So the newsletter, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about?
Yeah,
okay. So in their orders, and I can pull up, let me pull up this, see if I can do this quickly. I'll pull up a party of mine to show you.
Okay. Well, my screen went black, so I'll have to watch it on the recording.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you
but
go,
you can go ahead and do it, and that way
yeah,
you can watch it.
That way you can see it. Okay, I will do that. So if you go into the parties, I need to share my screen. That doesn't help. Okay, so this is like a party, you know, where you see all the orders right here and whatnot on the left. So if I click on an individual order, I don't have any way to blur out this customer's information. So anyways, so right here in the top corner, there are boxes of customer interest. So interested in business, potential booking, future show booked, or send home office marketing emails. So that's where you would just simply click that box, and then everybody that you click that box for in the customer, then you basically they get added to your newsletter.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Got it.
Anyone else?
Thank you.
Of course. Okay. Who has, let's finish off with sharing how many bookings did you guys get from the last 2 weeks since we talked last? So how many bookings do you have or have gotten, I guess, since last Monday or 2 Mondays ago?
Only 2.
Okay, good. And not only 2, you got 2. That's exciting.
I wanted 5.
Keep going. Don't stop. Yeah. Who else
Oh, I
wants
have a question.
Oh, go
Kelly, I
ahead.
have a question really quick. Is that 2 giveaways in the party or just 1 with the?
So I'll be honest, when I first started, I only did 1. So I did like 1 overall raffle. And what I did with that extra giveaway, I've always done that, but what I did with the extra giveaway is, whoever won that giveaway gets extra tickets into the party raffle or whatever. So
Okay.
if you're not wanting to give away a lot of gifts, honestly, now that my income has increased, I feel like I can give away a few more gifts. And so what I do is I give away a full party raffle. I give away probably about 5 gifts at the parties. So I give away a gift for everybody who won the guessing game, which I have 3 of those. And then I give away the drawing slip giveaway, and then 1 raffle. And they're all the same gift. I only give away the $2 Season's Best Cookbook.
Yeah.
So don't give away something super expensive. People love our cookbooks. But yeah, so either way.
But the Google form is like a totally different giveaway, or can be.
Yeah, it can be.
But it's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah. If you're okay with giving away that just as 1, giveaway, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it as a giveaway, then you can obviously just tweak the words a little bit and just say, want extra drawings or want extra raffle tickets or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions? Can you tell my husband left? My husband had to go to physical therapy, so I'm baby duty, obviously, right now.
Oh my gosh, they're adorable.
We just picked them up from Grandma's today, so it's fun to have them back. I missed them.
Oh, it's so cute. I can't get over all the hair.
I know. This one, his hair is so long. Oh my
gosh.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions, you guys?
No, but I thank you for the virtual party guide, because I was totally reading through all that just to do my party.
Yes, good.
It totally helped me.
I'm so glad. That's my hope, is that it helps. And if anything on there, you guys, is confusing, or if you need more like clarification or need more help on anything, please let me know. It honestly helps me for our future team members. Like, I want to make this as easy as I can for you guys, and I want to provide as much as possible for you guys. So if you find anything on our team page, anything on there that's confusing, please let me know, okay? Okay, well, and then also if you have any other questions, maybe as you're going through your parties, or if you're like, oh, right when we hop off and if you see or think of other questions, you can also just post them on the events page as well of the new consultant group training. And I will be on there and I can answer them on there too, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. And I will see you guys all at our team meeting first Thursday of May, okay? I'll obviously talk to you, most of you, or all of you, before then. But I will see you all then, okay? Alrighty. I hope that you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.